I'm gonna start with a one-handed right hand tie. So my needle end is gonna be this blue end. I'm gonna pass it under to give myself a stable working hand. For the first loop, we're gonna karate chop, cross the blue over, tuck it under, bring the white out on top and pull away from you. For the second loop, we are gonna create a J, put the blue loop over your pointer finger, bring your white string under, and then pull your suture towards you to create the square knot. So once again, I'm gonna karate chop, blue, work it over, pull away from you, and J, we're gonna sweep it under, put the blue on top, cross the white under the blue, and pull towards you. And that creates a nice square working knot. I'll create a couple more just so you can see. Oops. Ideally, with a better suture, silk suture, it'd be a lot tighter of a knot. 3. All right, holding a needle holder, ring finger in the ring, and then your pointer finger helps guide, middle finger helps stabilize. For the forceps, you want your middle finger to be your dominant on your forcep, and then your pointer finger to help stabilize. So this is an interrupted instrument tie video at the same time. So for interrupted, you come in perpendicular, come straight across, and you want to ideally enter and exit at the exact same distance. When you pull your suture through, you don't want to leave too much of a tail. Put your instrument in the middle and wrap around twice to create a surgeon's knot. Pull towards you. Wrap again, pull away to create that square knot, and pull towards you. And then pull away. And here's my scissor. To do that one more time, I'll do another interrupted suture and cut my tail a little long there. Okay, coming in at a 90-degree perpendicular to the skin, going into the sub-Q, coming straight across and back out on the sub-Q, straight across. Grab the needle with the forceps, pull through. These are the interrupted sutures. There we go. Okay. 3. Okay, for this stitch, we're going to be doing the vertical mattress. So you start perpendicular, farther away, rotate down, use your wrist to supinate and come up through the middle. Use your forceps to grab onto the needle to pull through the skin. Leave a little tail. Come out directly across from your first stitch about the same distance as your first one. Then you're going to rotate your needle. And you're going to start just on the skin side and come up on one side. Readjust your needle. Start on this skin side, rotate the skin away so you can see where you're entering. Supinate your wrist and come out. Identical length. And then instrument tie two towards you, pull towards you to approximate the skin. And then away and towards you. And away. Okay. We're doing the horizontal mattress stretch. So you come in perpendicular, come all the way across, and enter at the same width. Enter and exit at the same width. Pull through. Load your needle opposite. Enter about a centimeter away at the same distance that you exit. Go through and exit the same distance over. Two towards you. I'm going to do one more. Oops. Load your needle towards you. Enter at a 90 degree. Supinate your wrist to come out at the same distance across that you entered. Pull through. Adjust your needle to be away from you. Same on this side.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And then come across. Pull through. Okay. For this video, we're doing the simple continuous running stitch. So you start at the top of your wound, go in perpendicular, go down sub-Q, come up to the skin, same distance across as what you went in. Pull through. Tie your suture. Cut and leave a little tail. Start at the same distance. Out and in. You want to pull it too tight so you don't exclude blood flow on the skin and harm the patient further. Alright, I'll do one more and then I'll tie. And leave a little tail. 2, 3. For this video, we're doing the continuous locking stitch. We come in perpendicular, come across, and taking the same amount of bite for each side, pulling our needle up. Creating our first knot to make sure that's secure. Now we'll cut a 1 centimeter tail. Grab our needle. So here we're gonna come across basically like single continuous. Take our bites out. But before we pull our needle out, we're gonna come in under our suture and pull our needle through to create that lock. Reload our suture. Take our bite out here, supinate our wrist, come under the suture and pull through. I have a nice little helper here to help me lock these stitches. Careful not to pull too tight so you don't hurt the wound. So reload. Come in under the suture, pull through. Trying to make even bites as you pass through the tissue. I'll do a couple more here. come in under, pull through. And one more. Then here I'm going to tie off, so I'm just going to pull my needle up to create my loop. Loop around twice. Cinch down. And then about 1 centimeter too. Okay. For this video, we're going to be doing laparoscopic sub-Q port closures. We'll go with this hole here because it's not as big. So when you're coming in, you're going to approximate the tissue away, and you enter just beneath the skin into the sub-Q right next to your forcep, and you go down and come up. And you're careful not to enter through the skin to cause a pucker. And then on this side, you come down through the sub-Q, go in a little deep, and careful not to puncture the skin on the other side with the needle. And then come up just beneath the skin right next to your forcep on the other side. And you want to make sure that your sutures are coming out at the same side, right across from each other, on the same side. So you do 2 and a way to close. One and 1. And then when you cut, take your scissor. Oops, these are different scissors. Careful not to cut the skin. There you go. Okay, so here for our drain, I'm using our blood pressure cuff rope. The surgeon, when he inserts the drain with the drain trocar, is aware of the blood vessels and nerves in the body where they're placing the drain. So we're just going to say drains are already placed, and I'm going to go ahead and work on the drain stitch here. So we come in at a 90-degree angle and come through one side. And then straight across on the other side of the skin next to the drain at the same depth as you went in before. Then we'll protect our needle. And cut it off. And then here I'm just gonna lay a scissor down just to kind of give myself a little bit of a barrier so that I don't tie all the way down to the skin. So you just want to create a little bubble here so that if the tissue swells, you're not going to pinch any tissue and make the patient uncomfortable as they're healing. So I'll just put 3 to 4 knots here to get this portion of the drain going. And we're going to wrap about 4 times around the drain. Remove our scissor here. Oops. Make this a little tighter here. There we go. And then we'll, at this point now, we just secure a knot down tightly to the drain, just to make sure everything will stay in place. And again, put about 3 or 4 knots here. And that's placement of a drain.